Thank you everyone for being here. Good morning or good afternoon from wherever you stand in the world today. Thank you for people for who it's quite late or early. This video is recorded for the journalist purposes that cannot make it today. So this press conference is for us the occasion to present our 6th edition of the World FIRA. First of all, I would like my colleague to introduce themselves. So please, Maya-Hélène, go ahead. You're on mute, Maya.
It's all like this. Hi, everyone. Very pleased to be with you today. I'm Maya-Hélène Cazenave, the co-director of GOFAR and World FIRA.
Thank you. Julie?
Hi, everyone. I'm Julie. I'm investment director at Capagro and also treasurer at the GOFAR.
Thank you, Julie. Please, Roland, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Roland Ledin. So I'm researcher in RAE, National Research Institute for Agriculture, Food and Environment. And I am also vice president of the GOFAR Association.
Thank you. Gaëtan Séverac.
Hi, everybody. So I'm president of GOFAR and of GOFAR Association and co-founder of Nayo Technology.
Thank you, Gaëtan. Gordon, Pierre, Sonia, and Barbara that you can also see online are our partners that will be speaking a little bit later at the end of this presentation. So let me share my screen and we will start. So I leave the word to Gaëtan Séverac for the presentation of our non-profit organization, GOFAR.
Yes, so GOFAR have the goal to organize the FIRA. You can see here the executive board with Julie and Roland, you already saw, and Valérie, who is not here right now. Maybe you can go on the next slide to explain more the mission. Yes, thank you. And then the global objective of GOFAR, organizing the FIRA, the association that organizes FIRA, is really to develop and promote the robotic agricultural field and area, because we do believe since several years now, it's not the first edition, as you know, we believe since almost 10 years that agricultural robots will help to have a more sustainable and more efficient agriculture, and we want to help to develop this sector, and doing this to help. We believe that creating an event like the FIRA and the global FIRA, World FIRA, and also more local events. Maya-Hélène and Gwendoline will explain you this more a little bit. But creating this kind of event, creating the opportunity for all the people, all the different organizations, whatever they are. Provider, buyer, or competitors, if everybody inside the ag-robotic area can meet together once, twice a year, create contact, work on some ID, technical, legal, everything, that will help to promote and to develop the agricultural sector. So this is why the FIRA exists, and this is why GOFAR exists.
Thank you very much, Gaëtan. I let the word to Roland to present the ag-robotics industry and the global issues and solutions.
Yes, thank you. And as Gaëtan said, we do believe that robotics may help agriculture because agriculture has to face a lot of challenges because we have to face a growing worldwide population, so we have to preserve and increase food productions to feed everyone. The fact is that we need more and more to reduce the environmental impact of agriculture, and stop using pesticide and chemical products in order to save the planet. And the fact is that we have a lack of manpower, and it's difficult now to hire people who has to work in agriculture. And in fact, in order to solve this paradox and to solve these different challenges, one possibility is to use agroecology principles. To have more and more precision farming. But the fact is that if we use agroecology principle, we have to work more frequently in the fields. We have to work with a high level of accuracy, and we have to manage different cultures at the same space in the same area. And so it's more and more difficult, and it demands more and more manpower. But the fact is that, as we have said, there is a lack of manpower. So to be attractive, we have also to reduce the penability of agricultural works, and we have also to reduce the risk exposure of farmers, but also of people around the farm. And then in order to be able to go very oftenly in the field to manage culture with a lot of precision and to avoid using harsh human resources, we believe that robotics can be a solution. And it's already the case. Since in the next slide, we see that there is already existing devices in order to help farmers or to help in agricultural fields. It has started a long time ago with driving assistance systems, so autonomous driving. Now we also work a lot of the application of robotics in the automation of implements, so automated implements that can work with traditional tractors. And also there is more and more helping robots that are able to help people in everyday life by following people or by holding people in order to reduce the penability. So this is one of the application of robotics right now, which is already marketed, and we are jumping more and more about autonomous tractors. So for the moment, we stay in the same vision of agriculture, but we said, okay, now the tractor is driven manually. We need somebody to drive the tractor. And one of the way of the robotics is to propose automated tractor, autonomous tractor, such as the autonomous vehicle for transportation system. So there is more and more devices that exist. At the beginning, it was driven by the historical manufacturers who propose automated concept tractor, but more and more we see that SMEs and startups also take part of this point of view. And we have some now existing robots that can be used as a tractors with classical implements and using automation of the agricultural task that is done today manually. But there is also another opportunity in robotics by defining and developing new devices and new machines that are totally automated and that are able to achieve different tasks. This is interesting because it permits to change the scope of how we manage agriculture. So instead of using big machines, we can use a small machine in order to reduce the impact on the soil. We can use a small machine also to achieve a very accurate work at the scale of the plant. And we can, as we don't use human resources, we can let robots work every day, all day long, and work very accurately. And one of the concept of this kind of robots is after to share possible elementary devices or small devices and associate them in order to adapt to the different contexts, the task to be done, and the power needed. But these are still some concepts, and there is also some challenges, some scientific locks and technological locks to address, and that's why we are working in FIRA in order to think together what are the possible solutions. One of the main scientific locks we can cite are especially the interaction between human and robots, how the robots are able to adapt to the human behavior in order to be very efficient. How we integrate the robot in the farm management system, because it's interesting to have some robots to do a specified task, but we have to say to the robot what he has to do at what moment, at what, at which, in which area. Okay, there is also a very big aspect for us is how we deal with the legal aspects, because for the moment there is not really rules for robots to go into the field. So in the field you are in private area, so you do almost what you want. But if you want to reach the field, you have to answer to a certain law and rules, and it's not clear nowadays. We are organizing also this legal aspect. This come together with a warranty of safety, how we manage safety in off-road environment, because it's quite complicated, because you have a lot of different situations. You can see different kind of obstacles. You have to interpret the environment to say, okay, this is plants and not an obstacle, or this is human and not plants, so I have to avoid it. And the big challenges we would like to address, especially in this FIRA, is the usability and how the robot can be adapted for the farmers, and then how the farmers are able to take over this opportunity of having robots in their farms, and how they adapt their production organization in order to benefit from the advances of robots, in order to to permit the revolution of agroecological transition, so the environment transition of agriculture. That's all for me, I guess. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roland. Now I let Julie present us the market and growth driver of the agrobotics industry. Please, Julie.
Thank you, Gwen. Sorry, we have some echo there. Okay, sorry. So to support the growth of the agrobotics, we will need some investment. This agricultural robotics market is expected to reach about 30 billion by 2026. It's around 80 billion as today, so which is an important growth for the next years. And what we can see is that even if there is a lot of technological look can't find my words. There is still some luck, but many of them have been. Really sorry, I can't find my words this morning. That we can say it's there is automation of robots and tools are really advanced, especially on some on the pre-harvest parts, and the technological logs have been lifted, even if there is still some to do. The other really interesting information regarding the market is that we used to have the US market being the first market, but it changed since last year. Nowadays, European markets, it's the biggest market, and it could be explained by that the organic farming, which is most of the time the key initial market to robotics, is less than 1% in the US, when it's 8% in Europe. So that explains that the European market is it's one of the explanations, for the growth of the European market. The other one is the pressure of the regulation in Europe. A lot of pesticide and herbicides are forbidden nowadays, and it's not exactly the same constraint in the US. You can go to the next slide. So the startups and companies raised an important amount this year. This year in 2021, they raised more than $400 million. It's still a little amount compared to the other agri-food tech investments, but this is growing compared to the other years. The other constraint we can make is that we can divide the category of robotics in 4 sectors: feeding, harvesting, weighing, and monitoring. Monitoring used to receive most of the funding, which could be related to that monitoring is an activity always needed across farm robots. But since 2020, weighing became the top beneficiary of the funding inflow, which is super interesting and show also the fact that the technology have been improved and allow to those steps. The less limited sector is harvesting. It is this is mainly due to the lack of production and the technological challenge. For example, picking in external open environment is not so easy. And regarding the feeding, including fertilization and livestock feeding, this is a solution which exists for where most of the companies were incumbents. And to support those startups, this year at the FIRA for the first time, we decided to organize a startup pitch to see new enters on those markets and new technologies. So you are more than welcome to look at the pitch in December. And have a view on what's new on the markets.
Thank you very much, Julie. Now it's time for us to present the 6th edition of the World FIRA. So please, Mayelen, go ahead.
Thank you, Gwendoline. So yeah, the 6th edition of World FIRA, as Gaëtan said at the beginning, it's not the first, it's not the first edition, and we start at the beginning of the development of the industry. And we start organizing this event. So now we had the 6th edition, and you see through the past edition that this event is growing in the same way as the industry is developing. So every year we have the change to gather even more robot manufacturer, even more speaker, even more participant coming from all over the world. And you know that it was supposed to be a physical event, but last year, the global situation changed our plan, but we proposed a virtual edition. And for us, it was definitely the year of the international development of the event. So that's why this year we come back and we expect to take the best from 2 years ago and the best of last year. We are expecting with humility to propose an hybrid edition. So here it's some key figures of how this edition will be in few weeks now. We already have even more robot manufacturer, and we will come back later on it, but even more robot manufacturer presenting their robot in the event. Of course, we are expecting a larger audience. We know that on site in Toulouse, it will be more a European audience. But because we keep the virtual version, we will gather all the participants online. So an increasing audience for this year. The same for the countries. We already have a very good representation and a very large representation of the world and of the audience, different part of the world. So here is the same. Is the same ambition for this year, and of course always even more international speaker for this edition. So here one thing is very interesting to understand is that FIRA is not only a technology, it's not only a researcher event, it's not only a technical event, it's an event that gathers all the key players of the value chain of the ag robotics industry. And one thing very interesting is that we have an increasing audience of farmer and producers. So it means also that the industry is developing and the adoption is developing through this year. So it's a part very interesting. And the high value of this event is that we also have the end user, the robot manufacturer, but we have all the key players, the researcher, the technology suppliers, the investor, the media, the public institution, all the players who support the industry to develop. So this year we have two main evolution, I can say. The first one is in the name, and is not, we did not decide just to add world during World FIRA to say that it's an international event. No, it's more than a word, because now World FIRA is the main leading expert event, the annual event organized in an hybrid version every year in December. But as Gaëtan talked earlier, we are now planning to develop regional FIRA in different parts of the world to focus on different markets in the world. So we have, I can say, the mother or the father of the event, which is the World FIRA, the international one, and we are developing some regional one, and I will come back later. So here is the first big evolution in the name. And the second one is in the editorial name, because we have to take into account that now we need to talk about automation as solution for farmer, and automation is ag robots, but also autonomous system embedded on tractor. So we are not only talking about ag robotics now, but about all automation as solution for farmers. So here are the big two evolution for this sixth edition. So as we said, it's an hybrid event. So it doesn't mean that you will have a virtual event and an on-site event, not at all. It's just one event, but two experiences and twice opportunity, we can say, as many opportunities. So for the participant or for the partner, they will have access to all the different services of World FIRA, even if they are on site, even if they are online. It's just we will have the link, and we will create the link between the virtual and the on-site, because virtual event is a good solution because of the situation, but we know that people want to see the machine, they want to come and to meet again. So that's why it was very important for us to keep the on-site part of the event. So the next slide is as I said, all the services that you can find on-site will be online. So we have three main parts of FIRA. Of course, FIRA is all about content, and Gwendolyn will come back later, with major roundtables, workshop, demos of robots, the third edition of the scientific workshop, which is very important for the content. The content will be on-site and on the platform. Everything will be hybrid. The exhibition zone will be also hybrid with partner physically on the expo zone in Toulouse, and also available in the virtual platform. And FIRA is always about collaboration, about cooperation, and we need to promote and to help the industry to meet and to share. So that's why we have the B2B meeting session, which will open very soon, because we are about to publish next week the list of participants, and all the registrants will be able to prepare and to schedule all their meeting for the event. And we also have, it's a new service, it's the job corner, and all our partners will have the possibility to publish their offer, which is very important, because we know that it's a very good opportunity, and there is very good job opportunities in this sector. So as we said, we are working now with a new platform. Last year you discovered very interesting and a very good platform for a full virtual event. But this year we decided to change the platform because we wanted to work with a tool very open and very useful for networking, with a lot of networking services. So World FIRA 2021 will be built like a social network. So it means that everywhere in the world, even if you are in France or in another place, you will have access to all the services, and you will have the possibility to meet everybody online, on site. And this hybrid platform is very interesting, and we will link the virtual and the on-site by using a mobile app for all the participants, on which you will have access also to all the content. So on every devices, on-site, at home, at the office, everybody will be able to participate to the all and to enjoy the 3 days of World FIRA. So it's a more interactive platform that we wanted for this year.
Thank you very much, Mayalen. Let me introduce you with this year's topic, when farmers take over robots. Since the beginning of FIRA in 2016, we've always talked about the technology and all the aspects about the robot itself, in servicing, of course, the farmers and the producers. But this year, with the evolution of the market and the evolution of the adoption also of the robots in the farms, we thought that it was very important to include and integrate the farmers' voices, and especially the end users' voices. So this is why we chose this year to talk about farmers taking over robots. This main topic will be presenting during 4 major roundtables. The first one will talk about automation and the new ways of organizing agricultural work worldwide. The place of automation in different parts of the world, in North America, in South America, in Europe, in Asia. All panelists will debate about their specificities and their specific needs. The second roundtable, called Farmers Draw Me a Robot, is a dedicated session for farmers and producers to describe and design their ideal autonomous machine, which means not only about functionalities, but also in terms of ergonomy, of business model. How do they expect to use automation in their own farms? The third roundtable, called Robots versus Tractor, which level of automation brings more value to farmers, is a kind of debate between major OEMs such as John Deere and AGCO, and robot manufacturers that will explain their own vision of automation and their level of automation they think that's usable for farmers. The last roundtable is called Autonomous Robots, How to Scale Up for the Farmers' Benefits. In this one, we go a step further compared to last year. We will be talking about, of course, investment and how to finance this industry. But we also need to understand what are the different needs the market has to develop and to scale up at a level that is affordable and acceptable for the farmers. This main topic will also be explained during 5 workshops. There are some workshops, like technical workshops about data collection and artificial intelligence. We will have an update about those technologies and how to use them for the benefits of the farmer. Another workshop around autonomous robots power. Is electricity the unique solution? Because we see more and more robots arriving and there are most of them fully electric. However, there are some that choose hydrogen or diesel. So we will debate and see what is the best power for the autonomous machines. The legal aspect, as we already said, as Roland mentioned earlier, is something that we really need to update every year. So this roundtable is very useful for us to understand how is developing the legal aspects in different parts of the world and globally, and some code of practices such as in Australia that is developing and very interesting in terms of feedbacks. Then the two others will focus on robots and solutions, autonomous solution for harvesting and picking. And another one about livestock and animal welfare. This is the full agenda of the 3 days. So of course, I'm not going to detail one by one session, but as you can see, this is a very busy agenda, which is interesting because it's opened during a large time slot every day from almost 8 to 8. This is because, of course, we have to deal with the different time zones in the world. One thing also that's quite interesting to note is that this year we have some cocktails at the end of the days, of course, because we have a part that is in person. So there is a VIP cocktail on the 8th of December, for example. And yeah, one thing that I wanted to add is that all the sessions will be recorded. So they will be played in live, most of them, but recorded. And like few minutes after each session, they will be online on demand for all participants to take part to the sessions whenever they want to join the agenda. As we mentioned earlier, this year there are more than 30 agricultural robots that will be present at the World FIRA. They will be presented during the exhibition zone, online or in person, but also during the demos of robots. Most of them will have a time slot to present their robots in real conditions. We know that's something very interesting and very appealing for the attendees to watch and to discover the latest advances of each manufacturer. As you can see, they come from many parts of the world. And again, with this hybrid format this year, we are very happy to welcome robots from North America or even other parts of the world that cannot make the travel. There is like 40 key speakers during this year FIRA, so we are very pleased to welcome them. I'm not going to detail again each of them, but you need to understand that those panelists are selected from the editorial committee of FIRA because they are experts of their subject, of their topics. The editorial committee of FIRA is building each year the agenda of the sessions in thinking how we can answer the different issues of the industry and who will be the best person and the best experts to answer those issues and questions. So we are very happy to welcome those panelists. Some of them will be in person, some of them will be present remotely, but all of them will be talking at FIRA, at World FIRA 2021. I also want to thank our 3 moderators, Pierre Comper, David Frabota, and Sophie Voines. Now it's Roland's turn for the scientific workshop.
Yes, as I am in charge of scientific aspects, we also organize in FIRA the scientific workshop in collaboration with Robagri Association, which is a French national non-profit association, which is here to organize a national growth in agricultural robotic aspects together with INRAE. And in the scientific board, we welcome this year Wageningen University and the University of California. This scientific workshop is more than a simple scientific workshop as usual, because as we are in FIRA, it's here to share the latest advances together with scientific and private company, SMEs and historical manufacturer. But also with farmers in order to think together what can be the future of robotics in agriculture area in order to permit to develop efficient and usable robots for both agriculture and environment. As the subject of this year is how farmers take over robots, the main topics we will address in this scientific workshop will be how we interact between a human and a robot, how we do to control remotely a robot and supervise it, because it's clear that even with progress in artificial intelligence, there is a lot of case and situation where the robots won't be able to know what to do, and then he has to work in a relationship with a human. But of course, operators have to be remote in order to preserve the human resources. there is also a lot of work to do in how the robots can adapt to situations, how the robot is aware of the different situations, how we can diagnose its own failure or its own situations, and how we react with respect to that. And of course, we will have maybe one session dedicated to how the robot integrates the farm and with the social aspects, legal aspects, ethical aspects, and how the use of robots may change the agricultures. So there will be 3 sessions of the workshop of half past 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, maybe 2. For the 3 days, one on the first day, the second, and the third day. And really, the idea is for scientific, what are the expectations of farmers and industrial? For industrial, what are the main advances in terms of scientifics? And how we can construct some projects all together. And for farmers, what will be the futures of the agriculture with respect to the robot, and how they can bring their own knowledge, and how they can handle such technological revolution. And I think it's time now to talk about money.
Oh, not really, Roland, not only about money, but we have to precise few things about this practical information. Thank you, Roland. So these are the registration fees. One thing important to notice that it's always free for farmers and producers. That's important for us to keep it free for them. The pricing is for the 3-day access, either online and or on site. It's also the access to the platform during 6 months after the event, and the preview of the World FIRA ebook, the conclusions of the event. That would be the 2nd edition of this ebook. Also, one thing about the opening hours, the platform will remain open during the 3 days, 24 hours a day. However, these are also the opening hours of the Insight event from 8 to 8, depending on the evening cocktails and parties we will be organizing. The registration link and the information link that you can see on this slide also. We want to thank you, of course, thank our partners and exhibitors, the premium partners, Nayo Technologies, VARTA, the region Occitanie, and the COVAL. They are 2 local institutions. Our gold partners, Hexagon Novatel, CITIA, Robagri, Wiferion, and Agrointelli. And of course, all the other partners and exhibitors that you will find online on our website, technology suppliers, services, and robot manufacturers. Our ambassadors and media events that do a great job in promoting FIRA, World FIRA in their own countries. So thank you to our partners. Now it's time for our premium partners to take the voice. So I want to welcome Barbara Gourdon. She's operational marketing and communication at Nayo Technologies. I let her share her screen. Hi, Barbara.
Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm sharing my screen. Could you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So thank you for the presentation, Gwendoline. So you probably already know our company. In a few words, we have been offering agricultural robotic solution for nearly 10 years now. And we have three robots, Oz, Gino, and Ted, that you can see on the PowerPoint. And now we are looking to go beyond technological innovation to establish our international growth and conquer a new business model. So to starting with Oz, the first robot, it will be soon 10 years old. It was the first robot introduced at the launch of Nayo Technologies. It has known many improvements since its beginning, because it has gone from laser and camera guidance to air ticket GPS guidance for greater accuracy. We have also developed the range of tools by working with different suppliers such as Ebra or ARC, and this has enabled him to become more versatile with adaptable but also interchangeable tools. So today, Oz can do different tasks, make furrows, sow, weed, etc. And it works on many crops such as cabbage, carrots, lettuce, peppers, aromatic plants, or also seed production. It was first established in France and then very quickly conquered Europe, such as Belgium, Holland, Denmark, Germany, and many others through the dealers network. It then spread further afield to Canada, New Zealand, or Hawaii, and now Nayo Technology is actively looking for new distribution partners to conquer new market and make sure that hose is present and used all over the world. About Dino, we currently have a fleet of 7 robots in the USA, where our US subsidiary is located in California. This robot with many hectares of our American customer vegetable field as a service. The name of the service is RAS. This is our new business model. The meaning is robot as a service. We wanted to test this new business model there, and this year allowed us to do so. We had great success with this business model, and today we have many requests, and it's difficult to deliver because this business model is very accessible. So this business model works thanks to a starting cost significantly lower than a purchasing Dino, and a lot of farmers like this new business model for that. So in addition, Nayo Technologies takes care of everything with these services: mapping, transport, management, and monitoring of the robot on the farm, and with guaranteed results. So now we are therefore actively seeking partnerships such as distributors, franchises, research and development. We are open-minded about it. In the United States at first to respond to growing demand, and then in all other countries we have potential. Concerning TED, the second version of the Strading robot for vineyard was revealed more than years ago, and since its release it has worked many fields in France. TED has proven itself over here and has conquered 12 vine experts on the French territory. So today, Nayo Technology wants to accelerate the TED development through 2 business models: sales of the robots and the service, so the RAS, robot as a service, in France, but also internationally. As Dino, so we are looking for different partnerships, distributors, franchises, etc., wherever there is a potential market. For TED, sales are already available, but the RAS model will be launched in January. It's a new business model for TED. It's a new test for TED. We will soon be sending a TED robot to the USA, which will begin the first services operation in California. So today, Nayo Technologies is looking to conquer the robot as a service model with Dino and TED, and increase its international presence with its 3 robots. So now, if you want to find out more information, I invite you to come to the FIRA exhibition because you'll be able to see our robot over there and know more about our international ambition. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barbara. You will be able to ask Barbara a few questions after the end of this presentation. Now, let me share. Perfect. Thank you, Gordon. I had a slide to present yourself, but you're quicker than me. Please welcome Gordon Clements from VARTA.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Gordon Clements. I'm the General Manager of what we call VARTA Solutions Business Unit within the VARTA AG. VARTA's company vision is to define the future of battery technology, and with our knowledge and experience, we want to provide energy solutions for the future. We want to redefine innovation in smart technology, and as the technology leader in the field of lithium-ion battery solutions, we develop rechargeable, standard and customized lithium-ion battery packs. With the application-specific batteries, Easy Block and Easy Blade, we offer the first modular smart batteries available off the shelf. And we believe that these battery solutions can make a huge difference and will help to reform the future of robotic applications in agriculture. Our goal is over the next 3 years to become the go-to provider for application-specific systems in this future-driven market. How we will achieve this? Our application-specific battery systems have some decisive advantages. As already mentioned, they're modular and scalable, and we tried to standardize as necessary, but remain as flexible as possible. The batteries are cloud enhanced, and from now on, we have the possibility to monitor the batteries online. It's an intelligent extension for more transparency and optimization, but I'll come back to that later. We have the option of fixed and wireless charging, and we can easily adapt the charging process to the circumstances. We can deliver our application-specific battery systems with high power, high energy, or high voltage that can be tailored to the customer needs on demand. With the help of the data, we will be able to offer you smart services. It will be possible in the future to recognize patterns and errors even faster, or identify anomalies in the operation of the batteries before they occur. This leads to an increase in the life expectancy of the battery and a reduction in operating costs. Technological progress and sustainability can go hand in hand. Our ASB series is produced local for local, and the production plant is powered by green electricity. By 2027, all VARTA European production sites will be carbon neutral. As I mentioned, our ASB series is modular, available as 24 volt and 48 volt lithium-ion battery pack. The modules can be scaled up to 41.4 kilowatt hour, and a universal CAN gateway connects the batteries with any interface. This allows the interaction of the battery system with the application, but also with chargers such as I2P, inverters, and many more. This leads to a highly flexible battery environment, which can be adapted to the different needs of the products. As I said, our batteries are working cloud enhanced. Our first step was a user dashboard that shows all the important KPIs of the battery online, such as the state of charge, state of health, or the temperature of the battery management system. The storage of this data in the cloud makes it possible to monitor the status of the batteries installed in the various applications at different locations, conveniently from the workplace. With the cloud service, we can provide more transparency and optimization. But that is certainly not all. Cloud services deliver a better understanding of the benefits of the battery and that will lead to more cost-effective solutions for certain user groups in the long run. And it opens up opportunities for new business models, such as pay-per-use, in which the customer only pays for the energy that the battery delivers in a certain period of time. At this point, it's not all about the hardware. It's about the energy delivered in the right form and with the right capacity at the right time. Wireless power transfer gets more and more attractive in industrial applications. We've looked into this topic as we see huge advantage in the future here. A wireless charging possibility leads to a battery that is operating more maintenance-free, reliable, and robustly. But the sticking point is how to optimize the trade-off between vehicle requirements, battery performance, and wireless charging technology. To find an answer to that question, we had a closer look at major suppliers of wireless power transfer solutions for AGVs. The target was to see the concepts and implementation into products. As a result, we created a network with the leading wireless power companies to offer individual charging solutions. And of course, you can find our report online at VARTA.com. So, in conclusion, I hope that I could show in a really short time that there's a bright future with the lithium-ion battery solutions for robotic applications in the dynamic field of agriculture. I look forward to seeing you at the FIRA exhibition, either in person or online, and I thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gordon. So you will be able to ask Gordon afterwards. Okay. Pierre Compère, this is your turn. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Pierre Compère, and I work for Agri-Sud-Ouest Innovation. Agri-Sud-Ouest Innovation is an innovation hub gathering startups, SMEs, big companies, investors, as well as research and academic institutions. And we count digital and robotics technologies among our priorities. We are called Agri-Sud-Ouest Innovation because we are located in the southwest of Toulouse. I'll have the pleasure to host two major roundtables during the World FIRA. I'll talk today on behalf of COVAL, another precious partner of FIRA. And COVAL is the alliance of cities located in the southeast of Toulouse. And this territory is the place to be for agrobotics to grow, as this territory is located at the heart of the leading agri-food region of France. It's so the birth of FIRA and is a continuous support since its beginning. This territory is offering a remarkable range of skills and is the home of to two pioneers who are among the leaders now as NAIO. And this territory is connected to the regional, the national, and international ecosystem of agrobotics. Therefore, we do claim a leadership on this territory, and therefore we will have a collective booth hosting local companies. We'll show a dynamic mapping of the remarkable range of skills I was talking just before. We will organize a side event with visits of facilities and a new identity of this territory, the home, the birth for agrobotic, will be relieved during the exhibition. So I'll be happy, on one hand, to host the two major roundtables I was talking about, and on the other hand, to present this territory, which is really dynamic for agrobotics. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pierre. We are now done with partner speeches. Thank all of you. We are quite late. Sorry about that. If you don't mind, Pierre, to stop sharing your screen. Thank you very much. Now we have just one, but not least, one last word to tell you. Mayalen is going to show. Oh, if I can. Yeah.
Yes, we already start talking about this the beginning of these press conferences, but please save the date. Now it's official, and we are happy to share this information with you, but we are organizing the FIRA USA 2022 in October in Fresno, California. Why Fresno? Because we have the major producer, American producer in Fresno. So it was very important for us to be on site there. So it will be online on-site event in America, and we are organizing this event in co-organization with the University of California and Western Growers, two major actor for the California market. So this event of the autonomous solution, it's definitely focused on California and North American major producer. So our goal is to travel, I can say, because we are in France, but to come with all the robot manufacturers coming from all over the world during 3 days in the US. And it will be more an event focused on robots on demos in real condition directly on the field with and dedicated for farmer and major producers. So I can say the babies of the World FIRA, but it's the FIRA USA. So please save the date. It will be in October next year, and we will officially launch the edition during World FIRA.
Thank you, Mayalen. So it's now time for Q&A questions. If you have any questions, please write it down in the chat area this session. We'll be happy to answer if or our partners. There is no question in the Q&A, maybe in discussion, no?
So we were very, very clear, I can say.
I think there was one question that Gordon already answered. He was very fast once.
Yes, in the Q&A session, right?
Yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
Actually, I have one, Gwendoline. How many attendees are we expecting for this edition?
Well, we are expecting 1,000 in person and 2,000 online, so 3,000 in total. Right. Hopefully, we'll make it easier in person this year, but online we are quite sure about
confident.
This. Yeah, confident. Thank you.
Thank you.
Waiting for some questions. I just wanted to precise a few things. We are going to send you this presentation plus the press releases of our partners, also the record of this session. For the accreditation request, you just need to register online, uploading your official document proving that you're a journalist or media. Once you've done so, it's free for you, of course, as a journalist. And then, of course, we remain at your disposal if you have any request, like need of pictures or need of interview of our partners or any other information about the industry. We are also here to answer your requests. And if you want to come in Toulouse, and I'm sure some of you are doing the travel, so we are very pleased to welcome you. There are also some information about accommodation and travel on the website. I'm always looking for high quality pictures. It will be provided by the companies for the media with pictures during the event. What we do is that we provide the press releases of the companies. However, for the high quality pictures of each partner exhibitor, you need to ask them directly, but we can also provide you with the right contact in the communication department. You're welcome. Okay, then I'll say if there is no more question, we are just right on time. Oh, we are just on time, so we are happy to to free everyone and to wish you a good night, a good day, a good afternoon, wherever you stand in the world, and looking forward to welcoming you on the World FIRA next December.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.